Ha 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 ha.
AJ.
Fuck out of here with them $7. Get the fuck out of here with them $7, nigga.
Hey,
That shit is over.
hey,
That shit is
niggas.
over.
Hey, brother, niggas tried to tell us that
Fuck out of
Dwayne
here
was
with that
winning the
shit.
fucking
Fuck
Royal
out of here with that
Rumble.
shit. You ain't headlining shit, you bald headed bitch. You ain't headlining shit. You
niggas
old
tried to
piece of shit.
niggas tried to tell me that Chick Magnet Punk was gonna return and win the Rumble and stop Cody Rhodes, who's on Monday Night fucking Raw, from
And
going to
I
Smack.
said that. What I said that nigga Punk gon' job. Job.
Oh,
Job.
B.
Y'all talking
Hey
about bald
man.
people in here?
I'm talking about that bald bastard that owned the UFL. That
Oh my
bald
god.
bastard that set up there and got on the
Yeah,
board of
hey,
directors to
hey,
try to get
hey,
him a
hey, hey,
WrestleMania
hey,
spot.
hey, hey,
Get
We
the
can't
hey,
fuck
win
out
them
of
man.
here.
all. We can't win them all.
Hey, guess what?
We
Winston.
You
can't win them
lied.
all,
Hey,
You
dog.
Winston.
lied.
Winston. How you feel about
Yes.
the Royal Rumble?
Oh,
It doesn't matter what you feel about the Royal Rumble, nigga.
Turn
Cody
that up,
won.
you right.
nigga.
You right. You right. Oh, AJ, check it. I was gonna do a little ditty for y'all, real quick.
Yeah, I saw it, but we ran out of time. We ran out of time.
Okay. Well, but
Oh.
just shoot it to me just for the future, just so like as soon as shit is over, I'm gonna just start doing the graphics. I'm gonna just shoot them to you.
All right.
But anyway, how?
Hey,
Anyway, enough about that. Shout out to everybody that's gonna join the space tonight. Hope everybody's having a good night.
Gabby, hey girl.
Hey Gabby, hey Nelson, DMV, what's up, man? Big 60 in the building, looking like a
So,
criminal, but I love you. Aunt P
Bundy.
was good.
Hey man, dog, your man's let you down, bro.
Hey man,
He let you
Fuck
hey
down.
them
man,
$7.
hey
Fuck
man.
them.
Wasn't no Under Armour in sight. Wasn't no
Hey.
UFL in sight. Wasn't no Black Adam in sight.
But
Wasn't no
Braun Breaker did his
Jumanji in
thing though.
sight. I don't give a fuck about no
Braun
Scott
Breaker did
Steiner's
his
son,
thing.
nigga. Like,
Don't change the
Mellow
subject.
Hayes,
Change the
stay,
subject.
Omos,
stay
black people, you know what I'm
on
saying? Black
task.
wrestling.
Hey, you are too intelligent of a man. I don't think you're an idiot. Stay on task. Stay on task.
Did R-Truth make you laugh?
If Johnny had 5 apples, nigga, nah, bruh. Answer the
Oh man,
question.
he got me. He got me. You
Your
got me.
man's let you down. You lied.
Yeah,
He lied.
yeah.
Y'all is worshipped him.
You worship him.
Real story finisher.
Y'all, you thought Dwayne was gonna come back now? Hey, Nelson, I just want
My
to say,
niggas.
hey, man, it feels good to be on the right side of history, man. Niggas was telling me Cody Rhodes was gonna go through the elimination chamber, dog. Nah, back to bike.
Now, I was a theory of mine. That was a theory of mine because I was saying like, okay, if we about to play the Punk card because of CM Punk, not because of $7, but because of CM Punk, and it was close.
Well,
It was close. But when I saw Punk getting gas right there, I said, "Oh no, dog,
I'll tell
nope."
you why I feel like I knew Cody was winning. When they announced that CM Punk was gonna be at Elimination Chamber a couple weeks ago, I said, okay, why would you have to announce this? Granted, he could have just showed up anyway, and I know that you have to sell tickets, but I'm like, okay, there's gonna be a driving point here. And I said to myself, Punk is gonna go through the Elimination Chamber. He's gonna go through all of Seth's opponents that he's beaten during his time, and he's gonna win. And then that's how you get to Mania. Now, is that probably still the case? I think so. I mean, how else do you find a number one contender for Seth Rollins now? So we will see if I'm right again, but I thought that was the path to go. I thought Cody winning the Rumble was just the simplest way to make it happen, especially due to the more enforced brand split that they've had done. So, but hey, man,
What
at least you had logic, AJ. You know, you weren't telling
what's
me about $7. Bundy, go ahead.
I'm sorry, dog, but we ain't. It's seven we trust. That didn't happen tonight, man. That didn't happen tonight, dog. I'm
Yo,
sorry.
It wasn't
it
going
was
to.
never going to happen. Dwayne comes back to pop a rating so that they can beat the fucking college national championship rating, or compete with it rather. Let me not say beat. So they could have something to talk about. He says one line to get people talking. Like, do we not remember AJ and Bundy when The Rock came back in 2011 and it wasn't a year until we got Rock and Cena? Do we remember that?
Yeah, it was a
A
whole year. He said
whole
he booked.
year,
They
right?
booked it a whole year the night after WrestleMania.
Hmm. Hmm. So what makes you think Dwayne, who has not wrestled since 2016 for 30 seconds, was going to come back in shape and in less than 3 months he was going to headline in Philly? So yeah, no, I'm sorry. Will Dwayne be in Philly? Sure, he could be there all he wants to, but he ain't facing Roman Reigns.
He can give us he can give us a comedy segment.
He can rock bottom
Give me a
solo
comedy
Sokoa for
segment.
all I give a damn. He's not getting that main event. And I tried to tell all you, hey, so Winston, Earl, when you hear this, I know you're at the Royal Rumble. Salute to our correspondent Earl Got Soul from Guessing from the Stands. Congrats on 250, my brother. But you niggas tried to tell me this. I won't forget this. I will not.
Hey, look,
Whoa.
I got something for you. I just posted it right there.
Hey man, shout out
Fucking
to
$7.
Shout out
Ampa,
to
who was
Imp. Shout
also
out to
at the
Imp.
Royal Rumble. Who was also at the Royal
Hey,
Rumble.
y'all,
So
hey,
you know,
you thought if you smell what the Rockets cooking
I
was
had,
gonna shake that up?
I
No,
had to talk.
listen,
I had to
no.
toss that for y'all, man. There you go.
listen. When when Sami Zayn came out at number 30, I said, "Oh yeah, this shit is over." Like, go ahead, get the pyro for Cody ready.
I ain't gonna lie.
Nah.
I thought they was gonna bring out Moose. I was about to be like, bro, what the fuck are we
Nah,
doing here?
Oh,
Nah, they bought
nah,
out Moose. I would have shut
nah,
that
nah,
shit
nah,
off,
nah, nah,
bro.
nah,
I
nah,
would have
nah,
told Winston cut the feed, cut it.
nah, nah,
Joint
nah, nah.
spaces, nigga. That PS5 beat would have came on,
Oh
I'm
yeah, Tekken would have got loading up right then and there.
nigga.
gonna play some second A.
okay, so
But let's reel it in.
let's table this real quick. Let's table this for a second, real quick, because I want to run it back to the beginning I'm about to say WrestleMania of the Royal Rumble. You know what I'm saying? Like we opened up. You know what I'm saying? We opened up hot, like hot. And honestly, I think this might have tired the entire crowd out for the evening, to be honest with you. The women's Royal Rumble, honestly, the women's Royal Rumble killed the men's.
Oh,
Absolutely.
It
absolutely.
smoked the men's. Smoked them. You know what I'm saying? So we all know who the winner of that is. It's Bailey for the first time. Pretty much the last part on her resume that needed to be complete. She finished it. You know what I'm saying? But I do want to tap in and get some thoughts about, you know what I'm saying, the women's Royal Rumble. You know what I'm saying, before I bring my takes into the room.
Uh, let Nelson, how do you feel? Let's let you go first, and then I'll go second to last to AJ.
Nelson, you there?
Okay, Bundy,
All right.
Murphy, Winston, King Murphy Media. Anybody else?
Oh yeah, nah. Oh, my fault. I ain't know Nelson was trying to get his speaker right. But I think yeah, like it started off fast paced. I mean, even from the pregame, I was watching the 7 o'clock pregame. It seemed like a running start type of pay-per-view. I mean PLE, pardon me.
Okay, okay, uh, okay,
I got it.
okay. So making sure you got it.
Uh, yeah, nah, man. It was hot from start to finish for that women's one, man. We got the surprise with Jordan Grace, and she looked like she belonged there for sure, 100%, man. She was going crazy in that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? They had the standoff with Bianca. That was crazy. And then you know what I'm saying? Shit, Jade, Jade finally appeared, and nigga, she's a fucking star. Like there's nothing else about that. Like she went crazy, dog. Like, you know what I'm saying? Picked up Nia Jax for no fucking problem, tossed her over the ring, like, well, the rope, excuse me. No, it was crazy, man. And then, I had a feeling Bailey was gonna win. I had that feeling. And shit, it came through. And also back to Jade, nigga, we had that standoff with Jade and Bianca.
Honestly, that's probably the biggest moment of the night was that
Oh,
standoff.
that's the moment that people are gonna always go back to for sure.
with
I
Jay
mean,
and
Cody
Bianca.
winning is cool. Oh yeah,
Oh
that's
yeah, it's
that's
moment of the
a
night, man.
that's a moment, and I think I love Hunter's old Jim Crockett philosophy with that. Don't let them touch. Like, don't let them, don't tease them, but don't let it happen until it's time for it to happen. So, um, also, it was some good returns tonight in that Women's Royal Rumble. Liv Morgan coming out was cool. I know she had a lot of personal stuff going on, and she's been injured a lot the last year and a half. So it was good to see her come back. And honestly, Bailey winning. Bailey started out at number 3, lasted longer than any woman I think ever, and to win that, to go to WrestleMania, where she's gonna be co-main event at the bare minimum. I mean, if Seth is hurt, I don't know what they do from there, But at the bare minimum, she's gonna co-main event, and her and EO are gonna put on a classic. So, salute to Bailey for finally getting the last notch um, on her resume.
That's
I
3
thought Becky
horsewomen with
Lynch
the
was
Royal
gonna
Rumble
win.
win, by the way.
Yeah, I thought Becky Lynch was gonna win, but I Bailey was too obvious, and I always try to go against the obvious sometimes. But hey, salute to Bailey,
No,
man.
I like
Go.
Bailey. I like Bailey winning it because that further goes into the eventual damage control split. So I'm interested to see how they start to write that up. But salute to that. Also salute to everybody in
For
here, man.
sure.
Gabby was good.
Yeah,
Earl,
Millie,
Tim, Millie. Shout out to
Earl,
Breeze. Breeze, I
Tim,
see you.
DMV,
DMV.
D Lewis was good.
Oh, Earl in here. Hey, Earl. Hey, grab that
Hey
mic.
yo.
Hey, grab that
Yeah,
Uh
mic,
man. We
Earl.
need
I,
to
I,
hear
yeah,
your
I, I
neck.
man.
got. I need you to talk
Wait,
to
man.
the
Shout out to
homies.
everybody,
I
man.
need you to talk to
Anybody
the
want to come
homies.
up, request to speak, man? We got you for sure.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
need you. To, I
We
need
need
you.
to
I
hear.
need
We
you to
need to
talk
hear
to me
your
and my
thoughts.
Oh
homies.
We need to
my
hear. We need
God.
to hear your thoughts.
Oh.
Hey, we didn't, brother, respectfully, I don't remember him asking you a goddamn
You
thing.
right.
He asked for
You right.
Earl
Marcel was good.
9-1.
Not an easy question.
Marcel was good. Yo, let me ask y'all a quick question about this
What's
Rumble,
up?
though, the women's Rumble particularly. How do y'all feel like this would have been done differently if Charlotte wasn't injured?
Hmm.
Because I feel like there were rumors this year that they were going to finally do Bianca and Charlotte at Mania. But with that injury, do you think that changed the plan, or do you think that this was always the plan to do Io and Bailey from the jump?
I think it was a
Um,
either or.
It probably would have been either or, but I think really when Charlotte got hurt, I was like, all right, we just gonna go ahead and pull the trigger on Bailey winning it and have that play out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because that's gonna play out for a couple
Yep.
of months. Well, yeah, it's gonna play out for a little while because she's gonna be over there going after you know what I'm saying, all the other shit, and then it's gonna fuck around and turn around, and they're gonna turn on her, and yeah, that's when she's gonna go out to EO.
mm,
For
I
sure,
would
for
agree.
sure. Okay. All right. So since we just mentioned Bianca Belair, Millie, I got you. Give me a second. How do you feel, and what do you think Bianca's Mania looks like now? Because I mean, she's not on Raw, and the Elimination Chamber will be for Rhea's title, so she's not going to be a part of that. Bailey's already decided who she's going against. Where do you guys predict Bianca will be WrestleMania weekend?
Celebrity match.
She
Mercy
she she,
match.
she go- Nia Jax.
Yeah, but then Nia Jax or probably a celebrity match. One of those two. I kind of see that shit. Like maybe they're gonna bring in somebody, and she's gonna probably be in a match with them or something because they're gonna want to push that show.
True.
They're gonna really want to push that show hard. So I can see them probably throwing a celebrity in there or some shit like that, like somebody that want to wrestle or something. So
mm.
Okay.
No,
Okay.
that'd be dope.
I kind of was thinking it depends on where Jade's going, but she probably gonna go to NXT first, which is fine with me. That absolutely is no problem because she has a lot of people she could go against. So I'd probably say like Nia Jax would be a good that's a good stepping stone.
But Nia is on
Also
Raw,
true.
so
I mean, let's look at the
so
She's going to Raw. She's going to
Bianca.
Raw.
Oh,
No,
Nia. Oh, Jade.
Jade.
Is that confirmed
I
or
mean,
I think she's going to Raw,
what's
man.
her?
But how you seen Nia Jackson fuming when she got
Yeah, like
eliminated?
that's like
They
a
planting the
automatic
seed right
mania
there.
match.
And Bianca on
Yeah, they
SmackDown, right?
they
they
could
planting the seed.
Bianca. That's what I'm saying. Bianca's on
Bianca on
SmackDown. That's what I'm
SmackDown.
saying. Like,
We won't see the Bianca and Jade match probably
Let's
till
see
next
who's
year.
on the woman for SmackDown.
so. All right, so I got a bold prediction, and I'm gonna be called crazy for this, but I got a bold prediction. If
Don't go to
Bianca,
NXT. That's what you about to say.
yep,
I already
because
knew it.
what
Yeah,
else is
because
she
I'm looking
gonna
at the
do?
women. I'm looking at the women
Honestly,
right now, right? It's Alba Fire, Oscar,
mm-hmm.
B-Fab, Bailey, Bianca herself, Dakota, who's injured, Charlotte is injured, Isla Dawn, Io, she's going against Bailey, Kyrie, Katana, and Kaden. Like, she not going against Team EDC, bruh. Mia Yim, Scarlett, Shotzi, Tamina is, making outfits and helping the women out, being a good OG, and Zelina, who's with Alexa. So if she goes to NXT, I'm cool with that. I like that they.
So you literally
So let me ask
go
you
ahead.
some questions, real. So you're saying Bianca's working stand and deliver this year? That's what y'all are insinuating?
I don't
I'll
know about
say
that.
this: if it ain't stand and deliver, it's a women's tag championship match. Because what other thing could you possibly do? Unless you see something out of the norm, like a Raw versus SmackDown challenge at WrestleMania. Like there's, I don't know where you place her honestly right
Who's
now.
she gonna tag with?
Naomi.
Oh, because I'm assuming you think Naomi's probably going to SmackDown.
I would imagine so. I
Or
mean,
or we get in what's the fucking faction called now? Carrying Cross faction?
Oh,
No, not
with
Carrying Cross
Bobby and the
faction.
Profits.
Never mind. I'm thinking about something totally different now.
No,
My bad. My bad.
she not
Yeah.
wrestling Scarlet. Scarlet
No,
is
she's not wrestling.
nah, hell
Hell
no.
Yeah, my
no.
bad.
So like
I'm
I'm
thinking of something
saying,
totally
like
different.
there's literally that's what I'm saying, dog. Like, look, I'm not trying to be funny by insinuating the NXT thing either. I'm just legitimately thinking like this is gonna be insane because Bianca has been in championship matches the last couple years, and everybody has to, take a celebrity match or do something different every now and again. But it's like, what do you do with Bianca Belair in particular? But I mean, we are on the road to WrestleMania. We got Friday coming
things
up,
could things could
so we'll
change.
see.
Something could happen at the chamber. Like it could get interesting. But I mean, who knows? Maybe does Bianca go into the chamber? Like, and they somehow.
That's
Of course she's going to the
I
chamber. Of
I
course.
assume I assume
That's
that
what I'm
she
saying.
will be in
Like
the chamber.
she goes
Yeah, of
into the,
course.
they do 3 Raw, 3 SmackDown. She's one of the 3 SmackDown. She wins the chamber. She got to go against Rhea.
it. If they go that route, cool. And I'll be the one to say it. I'm not being funny when you guys say that, but it's like, okay, it depends on how they are really trying to enforce this whole brand split thing to where, they can include, 3 people from Raw, 3 people from SmackDown. But we'll see. I don't know. Like again, Monday and Friday will be the answer. Cause if that's not the case, whew. So yeah. Because I mean, I would think. I mean, because even if she goes in the chamber, right? Rhea and Becky Lynch is happening in WrestleMania to me. That's 100% happening. So I mean, I don't. You can have Bianca go in the chamber, but she still loses. I mean, I don't
I mean,
know
which is
what you
also
do
true,
from there.
but we'll find out.
So,
We'll find out. We'll
but
find out.
we'll see. We'll see. But nonetheless, the women's
It
rumble was
is.
amazing.
I'm sorry. I was saying it is let it play out season.
Yeah.
That's what it is. So,
Yeah.
Exactly. Exactly.
but yeah, some of my takeaways probably from the women's rumble, of course, Jordy and Grace coming in, and I mean, my fucking goodness, she's gotten so far much better than what she used to be. Like, goddamn, like she really showed me something for real.
The Big Mama Pump, man.
Yeah, and I told people, man, this TNA thing, don't fucking play with it, bro. Like they are doing it very smart with their rebrand and trying to take it back down to like the essence of like wrestling without trying to be fucking messy and all that type of bullshit. So I mean, definitely probably expect more from that. You know what I'm saying? If they want to break down any more of those forbidden doors or anything of that nature, that was pretty cool. Of course, happy Naomi's back. That was great. I mean, I think it was just good to see a lot of returns in the women's rumble. Like, of course, like that was great. Um, but I got bars for a lot of people that was talking about a certain return, and my nigga,
Knew this nigga
Nah,
go shoot from the hip. Knew
hey,
this nigga
Millie,
AJ is ready to shoot from the hip.
What's
Millie,
good,
what's
Billy?
good, man?
AJ, go ahead, man.
Bro,
Hold
AJ
on,
foaming at the
let,
AJ was
hold
foaming at
on,
the
AJ.
mouth
Let me
to get
set up.
this
Let me
off.
set up the poster in the back so you can unload the clip and get ready. Go ahead.
how dare you? How dare you, fucking pheasants of the ghetto, sit over here and talk
Why we gotta be pheasants?
and it try to overshadow that beautiful black queen energy that happened tonight, and y'all thinking that fucking wall runner from Boston was gonna be showing up tonight. Fuck out of here,
Hey,
bro. Get the fuck out of here, man.
Right.
Slow that shit down, bro. Like all this back and forth shit all week. Oh, she coming back to WWE, blah blah blah. She gonna be in the Rumble, all that bullshit. Hey, look, that's why some of y'all need to just shut the fuck up. Just shut up.
So, so let me add
If
to
you
that.
were
Just
a booker, you would be getting paid a
shit
booker.
like that. Shit
You're a
like that.
fan. Sit there, eat your popcorn, and watch the show.
John DeMarco.
She walked out.
so,
She walked out. She took her ball and went home. It's not gonna be that easy, bro.
hey man, somebody hit the flex bomb for this nigga,
It's
man.
not gonna be that easy. You ain't just gonna be
Fortunately, my
walking back up
soundboard is
in
in
here,
the
bro.
soundboard's in the Discord. But if we was in the Discord, the flex bombs would be going off repeatedly.
Like, shut that
I
shit
promise
up.
you.
All
The
right.
North
So,
never forgets.
never forgets. No, he doesn't.
She
Well,
walked out on Bianca. Fuck out of
The
here.
North never
well,
forgets.
let me add to what you're saying, AJ, and just note this. I don't know if anybody has noticed this, but when it's been Triple H's WWE, there were no legends in either Rumble tonight. There were no like,
A
oh, we're
new
gonna
era.
bring back, every, so why? And like I told y'all before, even if she was coming back, like you said, a real booker would not overshadow everything by overbooking something. Triple H does not overbook. He just lets the shit happen. Like, why would you book Sasha Banks to come back only for that to outweigh Liv Morgan's
Well,
return, to
Larry,
outweigh
maybe
Jay
she could. I
Cargill's
don't
return?
know. Maybe she could do something with
I don't remember
Bailey.
asking you a goddamn thing.
No,
You
I'm just talking about how like how fans like I don't know. Maybe she can tag team with
Yeah, they be
Bailey.
making
but
just
listen,
terrible.
and
Like
and
I
and
get what
to
I get what
echo,
Winston's
but
trying to
to
do. But go
echo,
ahead, Larry.
I get what he's saying too, and I love Winston. But to echo what AJ said, if you were a booker, you would get paid to be a booker. So this is not fantasy land where things get overbooked with Triple H. I mean, did you watch NXT? Do you know how this man operates? So this is not that piss ant company in Jacksonville.
No, y'all was watching. Hey, y'all was watching her stories. I seen you. Y'all was watching her stories. Y'all was putting up that AJ and what's the name photo she was putting
Hey,
up. Y'all fed into that
BM
shit.
Punk.
Uh,
Ew.
Like, no,
Nobody want to
dog,
see that
no.
shit. They don't. Hey,
To his
dog.
hey,
face.
hey,
To his face,
What
nigga.
what Draymond Green say to Paul Pierce? They don't love you like that.
Oh,
We don't love you like. Hey,
Nigga, listen,
Nick
man. That's their
Khan
thing.
said I like BMWs. Fuck I
Hey,
care about a
man.
Benz.
Hey, Warner Brothers Discovery Europe said there's only one con that matters. So, let
I'm
y'all
gonna
sit with that.
table that. I'm gonna table that for a second. I'm gonna table that because you know what I'm saying. I'm not here. I'm just saying. I remember, and I'm gonna talk about this until April. I am because y'all been doing this bullshit for a year, for an entire year, and I am about to give you at least 3 months of ball. I am tired, my nigga. Tired.
This nigga AJ got the burn book like Regina George type shit.
My
Yes, I
nigga.
do. So, but I'm tabling that. I'm tabling that for right now. Take me left or right now. The women's rumble, amazing. That was great. Let's move the
Absolutely.
fuck on to this fatal 4-way that
Wait,
damn near
before
put
we
me to
go,
sleep. But
before
hold
we
on,
go, AJ.
wait, hold on, wait. I'm sorry, Marcel. I'm gonna get to you. I'm about to spin right back because Earl has a mic. Earl, fuck them $7. Fuck them.
Yeah, Earl. Yeah,
Look at how you
Earl.
doing this.
All that fucking,
Crazy.
all that fucking, man, he's having a match, man. He's gonna face Roman, man.
I'm
Nah.
gonna tell you from the business aspect. Oh, hold on, wait. That's what he was saying in the Discord the other night. He was speaking to me from
I
the
said
business
that,
aspect.
and niggas ain't just gonna put me on the stage.
Yeah, man, that's fucked up.
Oh, yes, I am.
Yeah, the
Cause
fuck
I
we
got
are.
hair
What the fuck
fans,
you
dog.
think this is?
I got hair
Nah.
over my knee too.
And that's why you in the Phantom Zone right now. Your connection don't even want you to speak that bullshit, nigga. Fuck out of here.
Bro, I got a question that's unrelated to this, but you are in the
Hold on,
arena. Real quick.
wait, real quick, Nelson. Cause Marcel, I
Oh,
had
my
cut
bad.
him
Go ahead.
off.
My bad.
Sell, go ahead.
I was about to say, my low key MVP of the Women's Royal Rumble. Shout out to Chelsea Green.
The
I love
Oh
GOAT.
her.
The
yeah, Chelsea,
GOAT.
That's
nice.
low key my
Chelsea's funny,
low
yo.
key MVP right now, man. I fuck with Chelsea Green. That's all I gotta say though. I don't really. Hey, you know one more thing too. I don't really give a fuck about that Sasha shit. If she goes to AEW, she goes to AEW. She goes to WWE, she goes to WWE. I don't really give a fuck. That's how I feel about it. Wherever she goes, she goes. If she want to go and be with AEW in that women's division, go ahead. I don't really give a shit. Excuse me.
Hey, yeah, yo,
Yeah, you
calm
called
down,
it.
Come
Dang, you
on.
called a
chill,
black
Come
woman a
yo.
on,
bitch.
man.
Thought that too.
Come on, man.
Come on,
Yeah,
man.
thought that out too quick, homie.
I had to mute him. Had to put him in timeout. See, shit
Yeah.
happens, man.
Oh,
Losing recipes calling black women bitches,
That's
man.
all I'm saying, man.
so I got two.
We too close to
Let the
too
Black
close to
History
the
Month,
Too
man. Come on,
close
verses.
to
man.
That's what I'm
glory.
saying, man.
Too close
We
to
too
glory.
Hey,
close
Women's
to
History Month is right. Come on, y'all.
Yeah, like
We're not
three,
doing that.
4 days away. Yeah.
Nah,
Come on,
Logan
y'all.
Paul,
Listen,
though.
real
Logan.
you.
quick. So I got
Yeah, he was looking at that white side. He was looking at that white side in her,
I got two quick things. So first of all, with the Rumble, the Women's Rumble was great. WWE and Triple H treated TNA in those 30 combined. How Naomi was there for how long? Like 40 minutes?
Like
No, she was in there. She was in
for
the
like
funk for
50
How long was
minutes.
Jordan
Yeah.
Grace?
50, 60,
How long was
60
Jordan
minutes.
Grace in there?
Like
She was in there.
25,
Okay,
30.
so
Yeah, she was in. Both of them were Iron
so in
Man.
that 50-minute stretch, they treated TNA a lot better than AEW did with giving Kenny Omega all them damn belts. Anyways, next thing. Earl, you are in Tropicana Field. On the scale of 1 to Elon, how musky does it smell in there?
Everybody on their Wi-Fi.
That's gonna be the first thing I
This
said.
nigga on the run.
Yeah, Taylor.
Nigga Earl sound like you on the run, dog.
No, I'm just saying.
Earl, come back later. Earl, come back.
He's running
One
from
mic,
coming in right now, dog.
one mic.
Nigga,
Hey, Earl,
nigga on 10 Cloverfield Lane right now.
hold on, Millie, hold up. Your connection is fucking up, so I tell you what, whatever you have to say, just text it to me and I'll say it. So that way it can get through, because it's going crazy right now. But all right, we'll get back to Earl in a second. But
Yeah, let's circle.
next,
Let's get to the fatal 4-way because this was some bullshit. I won't say it's complete bullshit. I mean, it turned up at the end, but don't ever do this again. Don't no more. Yeah, don't
Can
ever do
you
that.
say that was a piss break match?
It kind of was. I'm not even gonna.
Hey, man.
I'm not
Nick
gonna.
Aldis.
Right.
As far as the kayfabe concerned, this is what Nick Aldis wanted.
Well,
I think they did a fatal 4-way because Randy's still kind of recovering. And I feel like fuck it, they'll throw LA Knight and they want to do it 1-on-1 with LA Knight because we've seen that. Really, they should have just made it AJ versus Roman, but I get why they did it. But it was just like,
yeah, you can tell they made that decision at the end so that you can set up an AJ Styles at another PLE or something like that, or on SmackDown. But I feel like after you saw WrestleMania 37, when you already saw a multi-man match for Roman's title, we've already seen this, so we don't have to see this again. And with these Roman matches, unless it's a compelling story, which this one really wasn't, you already know the outcome. So it's just like, all right, let's just get to the finish, you know? So I think that is what plagues his long title reign. The match itself wasn't the worst thing I've ever seen, and it did turn up at the end, but I agree, like it was one of those like, all right, how are y'all gonna end this shit?
I would agree.
And I mean, clever way to end
I
it.
knew it was gonna play out like that. I was like, all right, like, what are we doing here? But I guess the good thing is we'll get LA Knight versus AJ Styles, which is a very good upper mid card feud. I don't know how they're gonna play that into WrestleMania, if that's gonna be a match there or just something at Elimination Chamber. But I'm cool with a LA Knight AJ Styles feud. That's like a tune up feud for Styles, and then whatever happens after WrestleMania, if Cody finishes the story or any other title comes into play, like they're both ready for it. So I was cool with that. But we knew what was gonna happen. I was waiting for the
AJ,
last 2 minutes when they started doing the spot. I said, "Yeah, he gonna spare somebody. Somebody gonna take the pin, and that's it."
I think what's gonna end up happening with AJ, I think he actually about to feud with the OC. Like I think that shit's about to pop off. So there's something there with that. But
That'll
as
be
far as
just for TV because
It'll
ain't
it'll
nobody
either
doing that on the crowd.
nah, it'll what is gonna happen, either he gonna find some new, heaters, or he gonna get them to turn with him, basically. And it's interesting because you bring up the OC, and man, I'm very curious in this let it play out situation about the tag titles, because God, I hope that split comes by Mania, because you need titles on both shows to me.
Yeah,
So
yeah, that's a big part. Yeah, the tag thing situation is a pretty big problem. I mean, I don't think you'll do it before Mania because I don't think you want to do like a double duty of Finn and Damian Priest on night one and night two. So it's probably something like maybe after WrestleMania where they at least could remix. You know what I'm saying? They could reboot. It makes sense to reboot on a Monday night instead of a fucking before WrestleMania and everything like that.
yeah.
Some things I do. Some things I did find pretty cool in the match though. In the Fatal Four Way was they did kind of like go back to that body stacking thing when AJ did the phenomenal forearm. That was pretty cool. That was cool.
Hmm.
Roman Reigns taking a Styles clash was fucking crazy. That
Yeah, that got
Yeah.
That
me
was
too.
shocking.
that
That
shit
got
was
me too.
clean.
That was crazy.
Yeah, that shit was clean. Like,
Cinema.
you got to remember Roman is like 6'4" and AJ is about 5'10". You know what I'm saying? Like that was to do that clean with you. Like you got to be extremely safe, and that was really cool. Um, the Randy RKO spots was like on fire. Like that shit was really nice. But yeah, like I said, like kayfabe booking. The way it was booked kayfabe, it makes sense because again, Roman is really the one that walked Fatal Four Way situation because he kept fucking with them three and everything like that. But yeah, nah, no more of that. But if you are, I mean, since he's not doing anything on Elimination Chamber, and if you want to if you want to use that as a roadblock to do AJ LA Knight, I think that's cool. But also because the reason why I say that is because I really think LA Knight is the one that's gonna get inserted into the picture for Logan Paul for WrestleMania. Like I'm still kind of like riding on that a little bit, like on some Slim Jim US title match, like legit. Like that's what I'm thinking.
Oh
Um,
yeah, I could totally see that.
Slim Jim versus Prime,
Slim Jim versus Prime, some shit like that.
Oh,
brand
AJ,
new laws.
breaking news. We have a message from Earl, since his connection. He says, first of all, y'all about to get partner like
Okay,
Ti. Y'all about to get dealt with. I'm a
okay.
man with two gray hairs. Speak respectfully to me.
Speak respectfully. Okay,
Secondly,
okay.
I was wrong so far, but I'm a Kobe fan, nigga. So if my first 9 shots fall short, I'm gonna shoot the 10th with the balls like I made the first. I guess wrong so far, but when I'm right, I'm going to out on a white tee, y'all, and do the stanky leg on y'all when $7 Man wrestles in Philadelphia. Ladies and
Oh
gentlemen,
my
that's
god,
the words of Earl 91, also formerly known as
Earl,
Earl Got
Earl, you
Soul.
piece of shit. Earl, you
Call
piece
him
of
a
shit.
piece of shit.
I hope, I hope, I hope your hotel bed is extremely comfortable. I hope
I
you,
hope your heat
I hope
don't
you
work,
only get an
nigga.
hour and a half worth of sleep, and I
crazy.
hope your continental breakfast is nasty.
I
That's
hope it's
crazy.
cold too.
We are 96 hours away from Black History Month. This is how 2 black men are treating me. This is crazy.
Yep.
It's insane.
Because you know what? You know what, Earl? If we black men, we gotta hold each other accountable. So you goddamn right.
Well, like in the words of Rick Ross, I count good now. I count good now. Nah, but in all seriousness, man, shout out to y'all boys, man. Me and Amp had a hell of a time. He was in here earlier. I don't know if he's still in here, but had a hell of a time out there,
Yeah,
man.
he's here. He's
He's there.
I will say, instead of being sponsored by Slim Jim, they should have let the sponsorship pause tonight and sponsor that bitch by Degree. Because goddamn, the motherfuckers was there, boy. Now, I say that to say, realistically, I learned a lot tonight going to that shit. I learned a lot seeing that live. It was cool. That was my first Rumble I seen live, um, in person at least, I should say. And it was definitely, for all intents and purposes, man, you have to salute the company for what they were able to still hold together despite everything they've had to deal with legally. Because that's a huge thing to be clouded over them. And the energy was there. You could just see it. And I think that this truly was a great kickoff to the road to WrestleMania. I have a complaint about the Fatal 4-Way, just like y'all. It just could have been left off. I didn't need to see Roman tonight. I understand it's a big four, so he was more than likely going to wrestle because he didn't wrestle at Survivor
Survivor
Series, right?
Series.
Right. So I understand he was going to wrestle, but to me, that wasn't what I wanted to see him in that match. It could have been a lot better. It left a lot to be desired, and I just think that they should have filled the card a little bit more with something else if they were going to do that. But both Rumbles, I'm gonna give it to the women tonight. I think the women's Rumble was the one tonight. Um, the ending of the men's Rumble was really good, but to me, there definitely was more low points in the men's Rumble.
Ah, shit. It got him.
It got.
Yeah,
But
Earl,
yeah.
Oh no, yeah.
you
Oh,
would
Oh
hear
yeah,
you
all
now.
right, yeah. But just to wrap up, man, it was really good. And I can't wait for Mania, and this is gonna be fun to do in person. So, definitely. But salute to y'all holding this down once again.
Nah, man. Well, appreciate you for giving us a live report from the arena. Again, from me and everybody in here, man. Congratulations on Guessing from the Stands 250. Y'all go check them guys out, man. Appreciate the report, Earl. Leave it at that.
I thought I saw Amp is in here, but I don't know if Amp is by the phone or he in traffic too. But
Yeah, what's good?
oh,
Y'all can
what
hear
up,
me?
bro? Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah, I'm getting some food right now. I guess I got some time.
Oh, yeah, you got Whataburger?
Nah, I'm about to get this. Hey, it's crazy. Ain't the shit is called a euro, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Why every time when I'm in Florida and I say euro, they cuss me out and say gyro? I don't get it.
because
But
you from Florida. That's
pure ignorance,
You,
bro. I don't get it.
you in Tampa, they spell jit with a G out here. So you know what I mean.
that's
Yeah,
what I'm saying, man. Like, yeah, come on,
yeah,
man.
I'm at this gyro spot. But what's good? What match y'all on right now?
We was talking about the Fatal 4-Way real quick before we had headed into like KO and Logan Paul.
Oh yeah, that was it was alright. It was alright match. It wasn't that special for real.
Yeah, it seemed like it was like a little quiet in there. You know what I'm saying? Like again, y'all were actually in the building, so I don't know if it got.
Yeah, legit. Only person, of course, they were born when Reigns came out. The real niggas threw the ones up, but everybody just pretty much like saved all their energy for LA Knight. LA Knight did something. They went crazy for that. But like Randy Orton, which is crazy, Randy and um AJ really didn't get no reaction for real.
Nope.
Yeah, that makes that. I mean, damn, that's crazy. I mean, I don't know. They thing is just like really, really. I mean, it was the same shit like at SummerSlam last year. Like LA Knight was definitely the most favorable person like out of that whole thing. So it's just kind of like not surprising that he was again in this match or whatever. I think they just a little confused about AJ because I don't think they don't know if he a heel or a face. He like a tweener right now, or some shit. So they don't know the cheer or boo this nigga. But
I do
Hey,
have.
what y'all think AJ doing at WrestleMania? I don't know if y'all talked about it yet.
Uh,
we kind of glossed over it real quick because I mean, honestly, like to be honest with you, I don't know. Like I really don't have a guess to that right now. Like
I'm unsure, to be honest with you.
I'm unsure about what AJ's.
We earlier we had talked about like Bianca and AJ's another person where it's like it's a wait and see situation to see what they're gonna be doing in Mania. Hell, even with Randy Orton, I don't know what he's gonna do in
They
Mania.
probably gonna run it back. Orton and AJ.
Hey, I'm thinking Bianca might get Jade or either Jade do Naya.
Yeah, we said
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
We said
I think
that.
she's doing Nia.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think they saving Jade for next year for 41. I think they saving them for that, and then I mean it'll be a crazy year of slow burn. But
I agree with AJ. That's definitely the move.
if you putting just in case, like I don't, because I don't know if Jade is going to Raw or going to NXT, but she ain't touching SmackDown. That's just not happening.
Nah, not at
So
all.
trajectory of that, I mean, it's gonna move a little. It's gonna move a little slowly or whatever. And then like again, there's also that red herring of Charlotte. When she comes back. You know what I'm saying? And if you've never been paying attention to how she been rehabbing, goddamn, like I swear it's like Superwoman or some shit.
Yeah,
Like
Hey
she
man.
might be back by
Hey,
SummerSlam. So
yeah,
she on
but
that John Cena flow, man.
yeah, she on that Andrade pack. You know what I
Hey,
mean?
I was about to say, man, if Charlotte was back at WrestleMania, make $100 mid carders and catering tier, I will join that shit for 2 months if Charlotte come back before WrestleMania.
that's funny as
Alright.
hell. Hey, I did want to ask everybody one question before we go to KO and Logan Paul, and it's just simply this. And Earl, you were in the crowd. Do y'all feel like because there was no Dwayne or Mercedes tonight that some people held off their excitement? Because there are times at big events like this where people think that someone's going to come back. And so, that's why they show up. And, when they don't get what they want, that's when the disappointment sets in. Now, this match, not that great to begin with, but you add on the fact they didn't get the surprise they wanted. Do you think that had anything to do with it?
Nah, not really, man. To be honest, I ain't gonna say nobody give a fuck, but I ain't really peeping the temperature. Actually during the women's match, after it was over, I heard the people around me, I heard they were more mad that fucking AJ didn't come out for the women's match.
I got you.
Yeah, there was a lot of AJ Lee chatter where we were sitting for sure.
I got you. I got you.
But
No,
I mean, shit.
that is a
Yuck.
thing, though. I mean, I'm sorry to cut you off,
I,
bro.
I,
But
I,
yeah.
I request to speak for one reason. Remember, it
God.
has nothing to do with wrestling. It's Euro up north and it's gyro down south. I'm going back on mute.
Oh my
Thank
god.
you,
Oh,
Youngin. Thank you,
all
Youngin.
right.
Um,
Thank
All
you, Youngin.
right. All
but
right.
nah,
Thank you.
Appreciate that, youngin.
where me and Ant were sitting, we were in the frat boys and mom and dad section. Like shit between both of them, bro. Like that's pretty much what the temperature was all day. Like it was it was a lot of wrestling Twitter talk around us from the adults, and then the kids just wanted to see everybody and their mama. So you
I
know,
got you. I
Yeah,
got you.
so the kids were the most important people around you. Got you.
well, yeah,
As they should be. Yeah.
Um.
But that's all I had for that. Shout
Oh.
out to Roman's reign continuing. We're gonna
Yeah.
miss
Yeah.
this shit when it's gone, man. That's all I'm gonna say.
Hey, it's either gonna be gone or he going for Hogan. But I'm if it was Dwayne at WrestleMania, he was going for Hogan. But
Nah.
I don't think it's that. I think Cody's gonna get it done this time.
Yeah,
Uh,
it's gonna be official, man. Cody Rhodes is gonna win at WrestleMania. It's already
yeah.
set
hey,
in stone.
can I ask a question before we get? Or y'all going into the Rumble now? We
No, we
Not
going.
yet.
We about
But
to
go ahead and ask your question though.
no.
KO
When we get to the Rumble, I just want
Logan.
to get in line for a question.
Okay,
All
cool.
right,
Okay.
bro.
Cool.
Yeah, but KO Roman. I'm sorry, KO
KO
Logan.
Roman was
Too
last year's
close. Too
Rumble.
fucking close. But
This year's
yeah.
Rumble was KO and Logan Paul. So
Yeah, KO Logan Paul. Yeah, how what's the general feel about it?
that was one of the smartest finishes I have ever seen in such a long time. Like the way the ref caught the knucks at the end, I love that shit. Like just when you think that shit's over, It's like nah. But the match itself, kind of similar to the other one. I feel like it turned up more at the end. Um, I'm not gonna hold you though. I am getting tired of seeing like Logan Paul's podcast buddies like interfere in every match. Like I
Yeah, I'm
hate that
tired of that
trope.
shit too. That shit's
Yeah,
it
that
is.
shit. But I mean, it makes KO. You know, KO still came out. He won, even though he lost. If that makes sense. Um, what he does into Mania is going to be interesting as well. Logan Paul definitely seems like an LA Knight showdown will be happening.
Real quick,
So,
I got just kind of break because Hunter is speaking right now. He's got the glasses on too, so it's serious. But anyway, he did confirm a partnership with TNA.
Oh shit!
well, here's the thing.
So
Here's the
could that
thing, though.
mean?
No, here's the thing. Don't forget that Endeavor is the streaming partner
Yes,
for
yeah,
TNA.
yeah, they are.
So stay tuned.
I was about to say yeah. All right, so never mind. I'm
He
I'm a,
also said that
I'm gonna pull my question back.
he also buried the forbidden door.
Yeah, he said it was stupid and cliche to call it
I
that.
love that.
So
Turn that
yeah,
up. He said,
yeah.
Shout out to
he said,
TNA,
Tony
man.
Khan, you could have that weak shit.
Uh,
Shout out to
but yeah,
TNA.
yeah. Sorry that I had to drop that in. Oh,
No,
also
it's
That's
cool.
he
breaking.
also
That's
said
breaking news.
he
It's
also said
breaking news.
he also said that employee safety, they're doing everything possible to make sure that employees are safe going forward. Uh, you know,
And
we'll
Yeah,
talk
Cody,
about we'll talk about that on the
Cody more or
outro.
less,
We'll talk
and
Salute,
about
Paul.
before we get like Cody more or less had said that too. He said that management and like everybody up above have done a very good job of taking care of everything, and that like the locker room is really close. So he said, but he gave like props to the management for taking care for with everything going on, like taking precautions, making sure everybody's good. So Cody verified that as well.
Also, shout out to DDP being in the interviewers to ask Cody a question. That was
That was a
dope to
that was
see.
a nice
So
question.
shout out
Cody
to
like he wanted
DDP.
to cry because it was a really touching question. But shout out to DDP, man.
Shout out to DDP. But to finish, I'm gonna say about the Logan Paul Kevin Owens match. I mean, it was the outcome I expected. I didn't expect KO to go over. I knew Logan Paul was going to retain due to shenanigans because all they're going to do is he's going to keep on doing this until an LA Knight or somebody of his ilk comes along and takes that title off, and then it's going to be the biggest pop that night. So yeah,
I love the
yeah,
I
yeah.
love the I love that book, and that was phenomenal. Like that was such a fun way to have that, and with the brass knuckles and him getting caught. So I really enjoyed that for sure. It was a good match. Not that the booking like was the main thing that was great about it, but the way it ended, I love that shit. I didn't care how it ended, but I love that it ended on something like shenanigan like that.
Yeah, yeah, you're right.
Exactly. But I will say this with what Larry was talking about earlier with Logan Paul. I think after Mania they had to he has to be more included into the everyday WWE happenings because he's still doing celebrity wrestler shit by just having boys coming in and like I don't know none of these motherfuckers. I don't know these dudes.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Other
And
than
I
the
was gonna ask you.
KSI, other than that KSI shit. Other than that, I don't know his podcast homies. Like that's what I assume they are or whatever.
As an avid spectator into the wrestling shit, cause y'all keep me updated. I was gonna ask you, was Logan like full time on roster or is he doing the celebrity wrestling type shit?
He's
no,
He's a
he's
part timer.
he's
he's
still a
part
part
time.
timer.
He's part time, but he's resigned. He just resigned 2 days ago.
Yeah, he
Mm.
wasn't going nowhere to begin
Oh,
with,
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, yeah.
but
Logan's here to stay. Like
Cause
but to
I was peeping in while I was at work. I was peeping into the rumble. I was able to see the last like 5 people going to the rumble. So that's what I'm really waiting on y'all to talk about.
But to Winston, to counteract what you were saying, I don't think that he has to do that if he remains at the current pace he's in. I mean, meaning that if he's still on pace to lose his championship by Mania, like we're talking about, then it won't mean as much. Because when they said he was United States champion for like 84 days, it goes back to Saudi, but then it's like, damn, he has not defended this title in 2 months. So it is crazy when you think about it like that. So if they're going to keep him in any championship picture, he should definitely be around more. But if not, then what he's doing to me, because it's not too much. So, but we'll see what happens with Logan on the road to WrestleMania for sure.
Yeah, and we can skate. We can finish that up. We finish that up, and we just jump right into this. The Royal Rumble, the men's Royal Rumble. I know Earl had a question about it. Um,
It can wait to the end. I mean, well, everybody watches, so I mean, we're not spoiling. But um, do you guys think that Seth's injury had anything to do with the outcome of this Rumble?
No.
Let me since I've been the loudest one about it. No, I don't think Seth's injury had anything to do with it. I feel like if Seth injury and he's not going to be able to make Mania, then I would be making a change and making we're going win that spot right. That would have been the determining factor to me. But since Seth looks like he's still good to go, yeah, because like I was saying earlier, you can easily just have Punk win the Elimination Chamber and fight his way to get to Seth or whatever. So I don't think the injury had anything to do with it. I think this was the plan from the jump, and I think Triple H did a good job of throwing in Drew McIntyre, Gunther, The Rock's appearance, all these different red herrings to make you say, "Oh, damn, he's not gonna do it." And like I said from the
mhm.
beginning, this has been the story from the jump. When he and Jay were tag champs and they were on SmackDown, he crossed paths with Roman
Yeah, they
that
did.
one time.
Yeah,
That let me know then, like, they're not changing anything. This story is still happening. I mean, for the love of everything pure, the man is on the cover of WWE 2K24, and they just finished the story thing, a meme and all this for the past 6 months. It had to happen. So that's why I knew they weren't going to change anything from it. So, I mean, great job to make people think it was going to change. But me personally, I didn't think it was going to change from the start.
now let it be clear. Let it be clear. CM Punk is headlining WrestleMania. That is not like it's going to happen. Like if it's happening through the Elimination Chamber, then that's just how it is. But I don't. I'm not saying that he's headline. I don't know. Depending on like how Seth's like, if he got to really like take some time off, then if he headlining to win, yeah. But if Seth is still like enough to where he ain't gotta go off for surgery and stuff like that, yeah, I think Punk is gonna take a pin even at WrestleMania. So, but yeah, because I just I just don't feel like that's why I kind of had Punk winning the Rumble at first, but it may have flipped to Cody having to do it through the chamber because Cody just like his whole thing is please give me harder battles and shit like that. But I think it still went by pretty clean as possible. But uh one thing I do want to add, or one thing I want to point out, what I'm saying, people talk about it. We did see a return of a person, Andrade, because that's probably like the strongest point of the Rumble at the beginning was just how much. I mean, somebody had tweeted out like, "Yo, there's no white men in the ring right now."
Bro, I was thinking that shit. I'm like, yo, it is no
Nah,
white
for
men
real.
at all. It was nothing but Hispanics, black people, Samoans,
Yo,
like,
there was
bro,
a it's
like,
like a
I
phase, bro. It was like the first. It felt like the first like part of the Rumble was like the black people, Puerto Ricans, Mexicans, and Samoans. Like it was just it was the Spanish announce table section of the Rumble, and then it turned into like the big man, Big E's dream. That was a Big E. It turned into the
uh,
Big E invitation on the second part, and then the third part obviously is like what happened. But it was just funny how the Rumble played out.
nah, facts. And I mean, I said it in my mind, but then I saw what AJ had to say on it too. So let me be very clear. When I saw Santos and Andrade face off,
yeah,
dog,
yeah, yes,
bro,
yes, yes.
All I'm gonna say is, if y'all know anything about AAA and CMLL and Mexican politics, bruh, this is a dream match waiting to happen. So
That you
I cannot wait.
yeah, if you want to talk about a forbidden door being broken, that was a forbidden door being kicked,
The
pulled off.
Phantasma and La Sombra, the same ring for the same company in 2024. Crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, that was nuts. That was really crazy to see. Like I was happy to see that. Like I get, I think the men's rumble was like I think the reason why it's kind of looked at weaker because the middle portion of the rumble was kind of like, all right, bro, I'm tired, type shit. But that it was a strong beginning. Like it was definitely a strong beginning, especially with Jimmy and Jay finally having they face off. The Yeet versus no Yeet shit was funny as hell. Like Jimmy was really a standout in the Rumble too. Like he was like a lot of comedy at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he was like mad funny, but then yeah, it kind of staggered in the middle, and then it didn't get strong again until we got to the final four, um, with with Drew, Punk, Cody, and Gunther.
Mm-hmm. Well, really, to counteract, I think that final six was, because you had Damian Priest and
That's
you
what I
had
was gonna say.
Sammy.
The final six.
When that moment happened, and it's funny because you look at that final six and you say, "Damn, any one of these guys could win," and I wouldn't be mad, even though I felt like Cody was definitely winning. Like any of those six, but I mean, Priest wasn't gonna win because he got the briefcase, but just still, the hard work that all those guys have put in the last, really since Triple H took over, it was good to see them get that spotlight at the end. But also too, before that final six moment, shout out to R-Truth for being hilarious in both the women's
Yeah,
and the
he's
men's rumble.
that nigga's crazy, bro.
Dog, when he yeah, that was insane.
He know what he there to get a check for.
Exactly.
From what
Also
I
also
seen, yeah, he know what he there to get a check from. My bad,
Also,
brother.
shout out to Ricochet for coming back just to get flipped over from inside the ring. That was crazy seeing that.
Hey,
Now, now hold on real quick because I want to point out I do want to point out something. Well, at least I want to ask everybody a question real quick.
Sure.
Uh, and this is going back to the double nasty twins right now. Um, one being Vince and the other one being Brock Lesnar. Do y'all believe Ricochet was in the Royal Rumble because that was supposed to be Brock Lesnar?
No, I feel like the
Uh,
the Lesnar
yeah, Pat.
spot was the McAfee spot.
Yep.
Ooh.
Yeah, I think the McAfee spot was the legend spot.
Okay,
I know
Yep.
okay,
text was off because of the service, but when I text that was when McAfee went in. So I'm sure y'all didn't get it at that time.
Oh no, I
That's
saw
what I
it.
was alluding to.
I saw it. Yeah, no, I think that was the Brock spot. I think Ricochet is always Ricochet got hurt back in like the end of October, beginning of November, I want to say. So I knew they were gonna kind of bring him back because you could have brought him back on Raw, but I feel like you wanted to see Ricochet do some acrobatics in the Rumble, and also too them continuing the story of like how much Drew McIntyre has been sunning Ricochet for the past 4 years is hilarious. So yeah, but I don't think that had anything to do with Brock. I think the Brock spot was the McAfee spot. So
okay. Yeah, that's fair.
But
That's
it
fair.
also, if you think about it, McAfee was in the ring with who? Big niggas. And the biggest nigga of them all, Omaz. You saw how Omaz came through? Omaz
Yeah,
through.
yeah.
yeah,
Once came through.
dog, he came in that corner. Now you talk about hell, Winston. He stood in the corner. One side was Gunther, one side was Braun Breaker, and in the middle was Omos.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
shit was
bro.
that shit was hilarious to watch, man. Shout out to Braun Breaker too. He went
Dog,
crazy.
Hey, the
crazy
future
Nelson.
is
Oh,
Crazy.
Breaker.
yo,
Hey,
yo, yo,
rookie of the year right there.
yo,
Rookie of
yo,
the fucking year.
yo. It's look, Shawn Michaels. If you hear this, you hear me and hear me well. It's time. He does not need to be working on Tuesdays no more. After
Uh,
wrap this shit up after this Dusty Classic because it's kind of good. I'm not gonna lie. Him and Baron Corbin together
Whew.
is
Man,
pretty
that
cool.
match on
But
Tuesday with them against Axel and Nate Frazier, man. Braun was great,
it's
but
over.
Baron Corbin,
It's
oh my
over.
god, bro.
It's
But you gotta
it's
figure out
over.
where do you fit Braun Breaker in. Like that's what I was saying.
Anywhere,
I
anywhere.
Far as like
and
show
Yeah, you
that's
got
wise.
to put Braun on Raw. Hey
but hold
yo,
up,
yeah, you got to
Raw,
put Braun on
but
Raw.
one mic,
but
one mic.
one mic. But yeah, Millie was saying you got to put him on Raw, and I'm gonna respond quickly to Winston and agree with Winston by saying I think you hold Braun off till April, and you do a night after Mania, entrance for him on Raw or wherever. But I think you wait till night after Mania, you give him one last send off feud in
Yeah.
NXT, and then you call it a day.
Yeah, yeah, I think so too. Yeah, because he'll probably still work stand to deliver. At least I mean I don't know what he'll do. Maybe I don't think they'll run a him and versus Ilya Dragunov thing again. Or
I got a Super Bowl prediction for that, but I'll save that for later. But
um,
shout out to the future Braun Breaker. He is ready.
Also,
He is
this Rumble
100%
was low
ready.
key Triple H's dream because like the first 8 or 9 wrestlers, the first 10, they were like half, like 5 or 6 of them were former NXT champions.
Also, they were second generation superstars too.
and
So
also shout out to Carmelo Hayes. Yeah, that
Hey,
boy
man.
he about to be
Yeah.
special. He about to be special on that main
yep,
roster.
Mellow.
Melo was good too.
How long do you think he has until he gets there?
Two
He's a
months.
2 months.
yeah
Right after Mania?
he's a after stand to deliver. Yeah, he's a after that because they gonna
I
do him versus Trick
trick.
before
Yep.
he leaves NXT.
Speaking of too,
Absolutely.
since now because I'm shocked when you talk about who do you think out of the women in NXT that was there is done? Like I think Roxanne is done. I just don't know when.
So I think Roxanne was actually the Cora Jade spot. I think Cora Jade was supposed to be in that spot, but because she got injured, they just slotted Roxanne in there. But if Roxanne's done in April, that won't be surprising either. Um,
And Tiffany Stratton.
Definitely too.
Tiffany
Yep,
Stratton
the
too.
Barbie.
Yeah,
Yeah, she's out of
she's
there
coming
too.
up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't be surprised if you see both of them coming up because you still got a lot of women down there that's going to be coming back from injury, and you're going to have a roster problem. And then if you add Jade down there too, you're going to have some. It's only 2 hours of TV. You know what I'm saying? So I think I could see Roxanne on SmackDown come April. So we'll see.
Also remember this too about NXT is the fact that it's going to network television in October. So those numbers are numbers that's going to be going up. So, you know what I'm saying? They gonna want stars on network TV. So
Right, and you're going to see some guys that may not be doing too much right now on the main roster that'll be spending their fall and winter in Orlando to get keep them ratings up as well. So yeah, don't be surprised about that. So, but as far as the rest of the Rumble goes, though, I mean, did anybody else think that Final Four would be different? Because I felt like that Final Four and six was exactly who it should have been. I didn't think
Yep.
anybody else needed to be there.
Perfect booking.
Yeah, the Final Four was quote unquote predictable, but it went out good.
Well,
It was
actually,
Yeah.
predictable, but it made sense.
yeah. Like I actually thought maybe an NXT person would have made the Final Four as like the surprise.
I
Hmm.
got you. I got you. I
I mean,
think
but if you look at the trajectory of stories right now, like none of them have bigger stories than Gunther or Drew. That's why it's kind of like it kind of makes sense for the Final Four to be how it was. You know what I'm saying? Like, but if you put like if you had an NXT like in the an NXT person like in the final six, then like it's like all right, that's cool. You know what I'm saying? But like being how them those four got literally stories already. Like
I was just about to say that. Hey,
they
just sorry
got
to
the
cut you
bigger.
off.
No, you straight. That by them having the bigger stories right now on their perspective. Actually, it was all Raw guys too. When I think about it, it was no SmackDown in that Final Four. But like
yeah.
on SmackDown, you see all four of them locked in the stories and shit. Well, Gunther's shit has probably changed now because of the fact that someone is a disgusting person and didn't make the Rumble. But
Well,
Gunther versus
also
our
too.
truth.
Well, also
That's
remember this,
crazy.
AJ. The top SmackDown contenders were in that Fatal 4-Way tonight, so
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
you
Right.
really couldn't have anybody in
Yeah.
Hey,
there.
hey, also the golf for AJ as well. Like the Final Four, they all their stories kind of intertwine with each other as well.
That
So
too.
it worked out perfectly.
Yeah, it goes back to what I was saying earlier about just the great job that they've done. You know, they brought Punk back. They didn't have him on TV every week. They let everybody get their shit off, and then this last month, everybody each week has been explaining why they need to win the Royal Rumble and why they deserve it, and it just made sense why everybody was in that spot. So
So,
yeah.
so I got one last question, and this is from about one of the final four. Gunther. Uh, who gets the IC belt off of him at WrestleMania?
I want to bring up an interesting fact before everybody answers that. So when Elimination Chamber hits Australia, that day he will surpass, I think it's Pedro Morales for the longest combined IC title reign. So even if he loses the IC title at Elimination Chamber, he's already going to go down in history as the longest reigning champ. So just want to throw that out there.
To answer that question though, AJ man, thank you, Chad Gable.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
We were talking about that before. We did. We were talking about that before.
Because it matters, but it doesn't really matter who beats Gunther for that belt because he's not an IC nigga. He got the belt. He did his thing. You know what I mean? He put on. So the easier you get that belt off of him at this point, the better you are. Because the longer he hold that belt, that means you just reset his 4 to 6 month push of him becoming that dude.
So I'm going to say this in my dream booking because I've been wanting to see this match for going on 4 years. Ever since it got canceled due to the pandemic, I've always wanted to see Gunther and Finn Balor because we were supposed to get that at an NXT event before, COVID hit. But I'm not going to hold you. Today, it's Jey Uso, dog. It's going to be Jey Uso.
Yeah.
It's Jey.
I don't. Only. Okay. The only way I see that is if they don't do him and Jimmy at
Yeah,
WrestleMania.
because
That's the only way.
they didn't take each other out in the Rumble.
No, they didn't.
Yeah, but I think I think with the tease that we night, maybe because here's the thing, right? There's once Roman loses, there's gonna be a whole
You
another
gotta
layer
reset the
of
whole shit.
story that you gotta tell of him not being a champion, and that's where Paul Heyman was telling people that with this bloodline thing, we're only in the third inning because there's still more story to be told, more because think about it, Roman's been pushing Solo and Jimmy and everybody around because he's champion. When he ain't got that belt, he can't talk bad to nobody. So that's going to be a whole story in itself. You just don't know, but I think that Jay getting the IC title, yeah, at this point it makes sense because he's gonna have to get something. I mean, the tag title was cool, but he's gonna have to get something. So I
Yeah,
think
it
it's
gotta
that.
be. It gotta be somebody that's moving the crowd, and I think behind everybody that's at the top. I think Jay is one of them people that's moving that crowd that make that belt look official, and
Mm-hmm.
he'll be a strong person to a strong candidate to put that belt on. I do like Gable too. You know what I'm saying? Just because off of the matches that series that him and Gunther were running earlier last year, you know what I'm saying, or late last year or whatever like that,
Mm-hmm.
like I wouldn't be mad if they went in the Gable direction, but like yeah, Jay Uso seems like the strong, and plus he's kind of inserted into that New Day Imperium beef right now anyway.
Yeah,
Like
that
so
is true.
they kind of inserting him already into that fold. So
And then when you look at Gunther too, they're not running back anybody he's already beaten too much. I think they had him run Ricochet twice and maybe Shinsuke twice, but outside of that, he's not facing repeat opponents right now. So I
yeah,
could totally see Jay winning some number one contenders match or something like that, and then him taking that title off of Gunther, especially like, due to the current change. Yeah, they may let Gunther hold that till Mania, and then just let Jay get that, extreme crowd pop,
Yeah.
at night one. So
Yeah. So I think that's pretty much like it. If I'm not, unless I'm missing something else. I mean, again, it's like, well, congratulations go around, of course, to Bailey and to Cody. You know what I'm saying? Those are our Rumble winners this year. Cody went back to back. I think he's the first one since Stone Cold Steve Austin.
he
46
is.
years, they said.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
20. Well, Austin. Yeah, no, it's 26
Austin
because
was 98 and 90,
97, 97
97,
and
90,
98.
yeah,
Yep, yep,
97,
yep, yep,
98.
yep, yep.
So that's that's huge for Cody. You know what I'm saying? And hey, shout out to the story finishers. And we'll see what's going on with Punk come Monday, and and everything, and Bianca later on in the week. So we'll see how this all shapes out. But I think, yeah, I think we're pretty much through. I don't, of course. I don't. We said enough about the V nasty man already. But shout out to everybody that pulled up tonight for sure. Appreciate it again as always. Larry, you got anything?
I was just gonna ask if you didn't mind if it was okay to ask if anybody else had any questions for us before we got up out
Well,
of here.
yeah, I mean, of course, like that too.
Yeah, but nah. Other than that, before we get to that, nah, man. The right people won, and I'm glad that everybody is seeing that nothing is bigger than the program, and this is not no booking changed at the very last second era that we're living in. This has
Yeah,
always been the plan. The plan doesn't change. So, hey man, salute to the story finishers.
yes, sir, yes, sir. And again, this will be put out on public next week, so there is no, we not there's no new episode, dropping or whatever. This is the episode for the week, so in case people that want to hear this or whatever, it is what it is. Um, but yeah, yeah. Since I don't think anybody have any questions, other than, I mean, we may move over to Discord real quick, but other
For
than that,
sure.
we're gonna wrap this up. And I just want to
I
say,
got one quick question, AJ. I'm sorry.
oh, okay, go ahead.
So this Royal Rumble it concluded. What y'all give it out of five? What y'all rating on it?
Uh, for me, it's a 3.5. I give it a 4 just because of the women's match. I give it a 4.
I give it a 4. I think that typically big four pay PLEs they start an hour early, so it might start at like 6 o'clock. I do think if you would have had another match or two, kind of going to Earl's point, that could have got the crowd more into it. Maybe it could have, turned it up some more. But when you've only got four matches and those matches all go long because they're trying to fill up the time, it did drag a little bit. But I still give it a 4 out of 5 though, for sure.
Yeah, they. I think one of the reason why, Roman a half hour.
Absolutely,
He
and he
half hour.
don't get nothing less than a half hour. So
Yeah, and anything, any match, any segment, he gets a half hour. So it's kind of like that. Um, but I think for the most part, I think everybody's consensus is like 3.5 to 4. I think
mhm.
I think that's what everybody's feeling. Um, but yeah, I think we'll wrap it up there. And before I go, I just want to say, fuck Vince McMahon.